Well, hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to do a little experiment. We worked on this car last time. I mentioned the headlights and they're a little cloudy and need to be cleaned up. And so I bought this kit. It's from Turtle Wax. It's a headlight lens restore. It's got all kinds of tools in it, sprays and polishes and cloths and sanding squares, and I've used it before and it works really, really well. And it's not terribly expensive. It's like, I don't know, it depends where you buy it. You can get them at any parts store, but you can also get them at like Walmart or Target or most places, any of the places that sell, basic automotive stuff. And so depending where you buy it, it's anywhere from 11, 12 to maybe up to 15 bucks. At least that's how much I've seen it for. Maybe on Amazon it's cheaper, and maybe where you live it's more. Which is the point here, because when I was a kid, I can't remember if it was my grandpa or my uncle, somebody taught me to do it with simple toothpaste. And you gotta get the white toothpaste, so not the fancy total green, blue, minty fresh gel type toothpaste. It's got to be the white, like old school, bad tasting, white, grimy, gritty toothpaste. And the point is that what this really does is it polishes your teeth. It's basically a polish. It's just a polish that's safe for your mouth. Well, grit is grit, right? So I've used this. I've done this on lights as well. And it works. But does it work as well as the kit? I don't know. So I'm going to do one light with the Turtle Wax. I'm going to do one light with just toothpaste. See if you can tell the difference. Okay, we'll start first with the Turtle Wax. We'll get this box opened up here, see what we're working with. So you get some lubricant, which is, I think, pretty much just detail spray. Lens clarifying compound, which I believe is just polish. You get these sanding squares, and they're basically sandpaper. They're numbered 1 through, I think, 4. Each one of these is two-sided, and they have basically different grit sandpaper. A sealing wipe, which seals them back up, and a base coat wipe. Oh, and they even give you a little cooking, like a lunch lady glove. Instructions are on the back. So the first thing it says to do is wash the headlight. So we're gonna give it a quick wipe down. So I like to use spray away. It's really good glass cleaner. It's really good cleaner in general. It's actually quite cheap. It's not the cheapest glass cleaner in the world, but for the price, it was pretty good. So just give it a quick spray. They're almost as much dirty as they were foggy, but they are foggy. I don't know if you can see it, but you can see a ring right here where clearly has been weathered from that side. Step 1 is clean it. Step 2 is apply the lens clarifying compound to a cotton cloth and rub over entire lens using firm pressure. So we're going to the compound already. I'll use a different cloth. It's probably not that important, but we don't corrupt our experiment. Let's see, is this already open? Nope. Pop the seal on the inside. So I'll just use one side here. Apply some on there. I don't know how much. I just kind of wing it. Kind of give good pressure. And then wipe it clean with a cloth. Yeah, so I just use the other side since it's dry and clean. So that cleared it up a little bit all by itself. We're going to give it the beans here. If it's not, we're going to make sure we got all of our tools at our disposal. So we're going to go on to the next step. Sometimes that just does it. And I've had that be true too. You just polish it and it's clean. But this still got some fog to it. Got to tell a little bit better at an angle. You can see the line right here. So it's still a little foggy. So now it says spray lubricant onto the green polishing pad. So it's when you get out your polishing pads, which I guess is code word for sandpaper. Start with number 1. So you spray some lubricant on here. So you start with 1, 2, then you go to 3, then you go to 4. So each one of them is a different grit. And so it's a little aggressive and then less aggressive, and so it's getting, you know, really, really sanding it down, and then you're working your way to a lighter sand. So give it a good coat. Let's get it good and wet. Now when you do this, so you're going to go kind of side to side. You don't want to go as much in a circle with sanding, because then you get little swirlies in it. If it starts to feel like it's getting sticky, just give it another couple of sprays. There's plenty of fluid in here. You're not going to run out. So be liberal with it. Get around that corner a little bit there. You're going to go the same direction. So in this case, you can go up and down or side to side, whichever. Sometimes you can feel it. You feel the grit, and then you'll feel it smooth out. So then you flip to number 2. Give that a few sprays. Now, when you change pads, you change directions. So I went side to side the first time. Now we'll go up and down, vertical this time. So you're kind of cross-hatching every time. All right, and we'll flip to number 3. We'll go side to side again. Now you see that discoloration, it actually is taking some plastic off, so an oxidation. So that's actually, so it's actually working pretty good. And now we'll switch to 4, and again, now we'll go back up and down, like we were 2. So each time you move, every time you change numbers, you change directions. Okay, and then wipe it clean. Now it's still not perfect, but it's a lot better. When you do these, like if you're going to do this for the whole car, do both lights this way, because the next step then is to base coat wipe. And once you open this, it starts to dry out really fast, so you don't want to open this until you're ready to use the whole thing. So you do both your lights with the sanding and the spray and all that. Then you open this, you wipe this, it'll dry on its own pretty quickly. And then you use the sealing wipe following that. So I'm going to do that, but I'm not going to do it yet, because I'm going to test the other one with the other method, and if it doesn't work very well, I'm going to come back and use this and redo it. So before we get started on that right side headlight, there's the passenger side, there's the driver's side. So you see it's quite a bit more yellow. So that's after cleaning it with Turtle Wax, and that's with no cleaning at all. So we'll get after this one here, and we'll see how it works with the toothpaste. So let's see. Get our toothpaste out. Now, we did this when I was a kid. Oh, forgot to clean this first. Make sure you clean it first. Let's be fair. Okay, now we're clean. So when we did this, we didn't have microfiber cloths. You know, I was a poor kid, so we just put it on our fingers. I didn't even have gloves. Just put a bunch on your finger. Just kind of smear it on, and then we just. I can already feel this is not as gritty as I remember. It smells good though. So you just end up kind of digging in there. Is it as clear as the other one? I mean, probably ought to wash it off, because that toothpaste doesn't like to come off. In fact, wash off my hands too while I'm at it. Look at that. Now, let's see. Let's look side by side. Toothpaste, Turtle Wax. So here's what I think it was. What did I say? $1.25, $1.50 at CVS. And if you have some toothpaste, just, you know, use your toothpaste. This was $12.95. You know, it's not a one-time use, but these wipes are. Once you use them, you're up. So now you have all this stuff left over. What do you do with this? They give you a lot of junk here, right? Like, that bottle could be like this tall. I mean, look at the toothpaste tube. You don't get any more coats, any more coating wipes to reuse, and you can't reuse them once you open them. They dry out. I mean, like, in a matter of a half an hour, they're dry. You might say, wait a minute. They give you these wipes for a reason, right? Coat, seal the plastic, so they don't fog again. Well, first of all, bogus. They totally fog again. I've done that, and then a year later had to do it again and bought another kit. So that's snake oil. But even if it's not, a decent coat of wax, just a light coat, will take care of that. And that'll protect them. Well, there you have it. Proof's in the pudding, or in the toothpaste. $1.25, $1.50, 10 times as much. I know it's $12, but if every time you spend $12 and you could have spent $1.50, you know, that starts to add up a bit. And honestly, I've been in a position where $12.50 meant a lot. Like, that's the difference in, you know, like, I can do a headlight and I can go buy burgers versus just do my headlight, in which case I'm not gonna do my headlight, I'm just gonna go buy burgers. Can you really tell the difference? In fact, I might argue this is better. That one's still pretty cloudy. We went through multiple steps, several minutes. I mean, this was just a few minutes, like not even a few minutes, maybe 30, 45 seconds, maybe 60 seconds of polishing. But sometimes the simple way is still the best way. And so just get yourself some toothpaste. You know, we do have other modern tools you can get. You can get cheap microfiber cloths. You know, you can get cheap sandpaper, like wet sandpaper. If you want to use wet sandpaper, you can buy a whole bag of it for, you know, a couple bucks. And you can do even a better job than this if you want to. But I just don't think you need to. I think it's fine just like it is. Now we'll throw a little bit of, you know, protectant on there, and then we're gonna call it a day. So, hope you learned something. Hope you enjoyed the little experiment. If you think of any other weird experiments you'd like to try, or old school kind of, you know, backwoods remedies you'd like me to give a whirl, let me know, because I think they're kind of fun. Anyway, hit the like, subscribe, and all those things, and we'll see you next time.